I didn't record anything in quite a long time because I was sick too often this year. Head flu for 3 times already in the first few months of the year. But okay, that's the story for another day. What I wanted to do today is take you on a short walk around the place, around the nature, look for signs of spring. And message from today is, even though everything is grey, even though everything might seem quite dead and lifeless, there is hope. And I will show you what I mean. So at first, as I was walking around here, everything seemed quite sad and depressing. Even the grass looks so dull. See these dried pieces of grass, leaves, earth that is dried and frozen. Well, was frozen. It's not freezing at this time of the day, but you know what I mean. Branches of the trees, they are not filled with any kind of leaves. But the point I am trying to make today is that we need to appreciate promise of a brighter thing. See, the sky is gray, everything, everywhere you look at, but you need to have hope. You need to know there is light at the end of the tunnel, which may come tomorrow or in 10 years, but it will come. And if you don't have this, if you don't think about this brighter side, you are always going to be gray and dull and, you know, feel like pieces of this dried earth. And it takes just a little swirl and just a bit of noticing and awareness to see a promise and to see not everything is so gray. The spring is indeed coming. So this is goat willow. It is quite common species here in the area, and its blooming is actually synchronized with the first days of spring. It doesn't look at the calendar, of course, it looks at temperature, at what it feels. Oh, these branches are reddish. This is something else. These flowers are here to attract the very first pollinators that appear in the very first warmer days of early spring. Bees, other things. Soon this will be bustling with life. And even though it's gray, there is also a bit of yellow. If you know what I want to say. I want to keep a cheerful mood and a hopeful tone. Let's move on. And again, when you think there is nothing around, you swirl a bit and you find some yellow in the grayness. I was so happy to see this. As you can see, this entire piece of the slope here is yellow, and it's filled with coltsfoot. One of its survival tactics is to bloom in early spring, even before its leaves are fully developed. As you can see, leaves are still pretty much young. They are stuck on the sides of the stalk, but the blooms, well, they are in full bloom. Look like little sunshine, see, in a way. And what made me very happy is seeing the first bee. This is the first bee I've seen this year, and it was just roaming about around these. What is amazing is also their smell. Their smell is so pungent and nice. I'm not going to take anyone with me, that would be a shame. I'm going to smell it like this when I, from my feet when I leave the camera behind. But actually some beauty products even use them because of its medicinal properties and the nice smell. I'm not using them, but apparently they are quite popular. So it's an amazing plant, and the fact it grows here, it is showing us the soil below is full with organic matter and is moist. Grows by the roadsides and railways. Well, guess what? There's railways, abandoned ones to the right, and there is road to the left, so I guess this one is where it should be. It's so amazing to think about this micro positioning of things. You see, for some reason, it chose this slope, and not only this slope, but just a part of it, because you see, it does not go all the way. It stops somewhere over here, and as soon as it hits the ground outside of the slope, it stops growing. Maybe there are a few exceptions like that one over there, but it's pretty much almost like if you would draw a straight line and it just decided, oh, this is the border, I'm not going further. One thing that is quite common and easy to see during early spring and later mid-spring maybe is wild garlic. And here it is. Just started growing. I'm not sure about exact species, there is a lot of them. But the rule with this is, if it smells like a garlic or oniony, then it is a garlic. You should, however, be careful and be sure it indeed smells like that. You know what can happen? There is danger of you handling it and the smell remaining on your fingers, and then you get to a plant that's not a garlic, not an onion, nothing of the sort, and you think the smell comes from it when you try it, and actually it's not, and it can be sometimes something toxic which you should avoid. I switched to my phone. There is a pheasant, hope I pronounced it correctly, that I seen just a few moments ago, went away to those shrubs there. Interestingly, I also found some feathers as soon as I started walking towards this direction, which is weird. Let's go. Maybe something already caught one of them, and this tells me this would maybe be the place where they live nearby. Maybe use it for feeding or something. Let's go. Let's see. It should be somewhere over here. Last time I've seen it disappeared somewhere over there. Let's go. Be wary. Trying to be stealthy, but it won't be possible with all these reeds, and also I'm talking, which I shouldn't. Hey, it went to, must have flew over or went across the stream. I don't see it anywhere. Huh. Too bad. You know, if I could be here long enough, I'm sure I'll see it eventually. It's just that it's getting cold, it's near the end of the day, day is still short, need to get back home. And I wouldn't be so loud. I would have to be. Oh look, our Coltswood's friends. I would have to be way less loud than I am. That's okay. Those feathers though, they might belong to some of them. So this is it. It's a small Sunday short adventure, thinking about life, about light at the end of the tunnel, warm days that are coming. Remember, whatever bothers you, even one bit, there is always something to look forward to, even if it's the smallest thing. If you frame your mind like that, everything starts to look much more beautiful. I think those are blackbirds over there. Or something similar. So, spring is coming, and hopefully a lot more adventures and discoveries are ahead all of us. See you soon, and wishing you a nice start of spring.